Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, California, no place like California. Fresh off a flight to Boston, got a BZ in Maryland that I pipe too often. Headed right to Austin, most likely flossing. Tight, exhausted, high as a forklift. Handful of goons out in Colorado. Any given afternoon, you can catch a hollow. Honestly, it's the same out in Richmond, Virginia or California. Either state, you can get it. I done seen everywhere from Russia to Delaware. Trust me, I'm well aware. Barcelona.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams come into today's game with a track record of getting it down through the air. Both rank in the top 10 in passing TDs. It's the 49ers going up against the Rams. With that, we'll send you out west to the city of Angels, Los Angeles, California, where we'll hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we haven't had NFL football in this city for... Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The 49ers of San Francisco, they'll have the ball first on offense as we get ready to roll. Now a play fake here on first down. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a San Francisco first down. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it. It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And now it's third down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw, and he's got his man in stride, complete. 18 yards there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Completes it over the middle to Floyd. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, You got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their big tight end, his second. Time for this defense to try and stiffen as they'll try here to defend a 1st and 10 situation at their own 17-yard line. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw, and it's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there, and now it's 2nd down. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion.
Let's go! Green 39!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for someone to throw to. Great. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Holding offense.
Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Back to throw. Caught left side, Bennett. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. Time winding down here in this first half as we get you back out to the action. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Room here to run. And he lost the football. And they will set up shop in enemy territory.
I know.
Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will... The points have been hard to come by in this one, and it's the 3rd quarter. Defenses have reigned supreme. Can the defense reign supreme once more on 3rd down? Let's find out. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. We have a red zone alert on our hands. The first down play is over. It's now 2nd down and 7. Back to throw here. And McDonald here over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll set up to throw. It's Floyd on the right. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now they're not close.
The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. 4th quarter, close game. 3rd down, here we go. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got Bennett. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They come out here in the eye.
Green 39! Green 39!
And they give this time to the tailback. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. And now here's a carry heading left. He can't bring him down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. Well, this one's getting good now. 4th quarter, tie game. This defense looking for a huge 3rd down stop. They come up in an offset eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get six. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So this is the 2nd consecutive week as you look at the numbers that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together very, very well.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the left side, it's McDonald. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. The task for the defense here is simple. Get a stop. They've got a one-score, 7-point lead. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. He's back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line. And they'll get up and spike it right at 40 seconds to go. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He was looking to get it to Kenny Britt that time. And 4th down coming up.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. A road win in the National Football League.